Welcome to the first game of the second set here. We have XEVER or XE, I think it's Age of Empires Forever. That's kind of what the name is. And on the left here, and we got the Capybaras team, or Spirit of the Capybara, I think, on the right. This is a Category A matchup, so these are the highest level teams you're going to be seeing in the tournament, for sure. Or at least these teams belong to that category. Now let me introduce the players. We have Nowell 05 playing as the Mayans in the blue. We got Dark Josh in the green as the Indians. We have Prisma in the teal as the Franks. Very good stuff. And we got FAQQQ90 or fuck something playing as the Britons in the gray. Then in the red we have Andy GT playing as the Koreans. Not to be confused with the Andy, of course. Then we have Spirit of the Day playing as the Berbers in the yellow. That was expected. We got Magyars for Risk in the purple. And then last but not least, we have Maski playing as the Ethiopians in the orange. Awesome. I think I casted the Capybaras team last week, or was it even yesterday? Might have been yesterday, actually. That was their last week's matchup, but they already played the second week, so here you go. This is the advantage of playing your games earlier in the week. If I cast midweek, then I will automatically pick whatever game has been played already to cast. If you want your team's skills to be broadcasted to the whole world. Hint, hint. In any case, let's just start as we usually do on Patagonia. It's basically just Arabia, but then with a nice tournament flair on it. Kind of a back gold for blue here. It is kind of open on this side. The berries are forward kind of too, so that might be a problem if he, depending on how blue is going to wall this. Of course, both his boars are forward. That's awkward too. Stone forward with Mayans, that might be problematic, of course. We have gold forward too, and this gold. So both these extra golds are kind of out of in awkward position. So for blue, expanding long term might be a problem. Although he is pretty far away from orange, who is on the other side here. Orange also has a forward gold. Ooh, we got ourselves a lame. Blue is taking is already starting a lame. Laming is allowed in this tournament, so blue is going to steal a pig here, and orange, as the scout is out of position, is just pushing in there. And I'm not sure if he actually realized that. He has already brought in a boar. I don't know if that boar was forward too. If it was not, then not taking this forward boar was a mistake. And the Mayan player is just gonna eat this juicy boar here, and that is really huge for the Mayan player because they get more food than any other civ from this boar. Because Mayan resources last longer. So a nice early head start for the blue player here. Some extra food. Orange will definitely be delayed by this now. We'll probably have to play the more defensive and push in most of these deer. Yeah, blue also telling his team where orange is. Orange also has his berries forward. This is already going to be a rough start for orange for sure. Let's finish up the golds for orange. I think that's a gold for orange, and this one. So those are kind of to the back. Well, at least there's that. What about red? Well, red does have both his boars. That's good. His gold is kind of forward though, but there's a bunch of wood lines that might be used to defend that and wall. That gold is too far forward. I wouldn't take that. This gold is close to the edge of the map. If you wall in front, then that should be fine. That might exactly be what red is doing here. He's already walling a bit. Pretty early too. But I guess with Koreans, you do want to keep yourself a bit safer because you're more slower defensive civilization. And then last but not least, we have gray here with an awful forward gold. I mean, at the bottom of a giant hill here, that is rough. This gold is pretty bad there, for sure. Let's look at his other golds are better, I guess, because they're further away. It seems like he can secure those more easily, walling a bit around these wood lines. I do notice that the golds in these games are often kind of out in the open, and I kind of like that though, because it forces aggression from the team players instead of just sitting at home and booming. Taking a sip of water here, gotta hydrate. Interesting how all flank players have forward main goals. Guess that's kind of fair then, huh? Now, I am impressed that orange was able to get up to the feudal age in time here. That's displays good macro from him. Pushing in all his deer definitely helped there, and he was forced to. He had to push in those deer for sure. The only problem now is that his scouting intel will be delayed. So as you can see, he has not actually pushed out and scouted his opponent yet, and that is of course the drawback of that. He might not even go there now. Blue is already going to get 2 feudal age now. I'm not actually sure what Blue's going to be going for. It doesn't look like you're going to get a lot of man-at-arms shenanigans here. Unless they have already been created. Ooh, actually, and there you go. That's what I mean. There's actually some blue... There's only 1 militia, though. He made 1 militia. And then he decided to stop. Green is also here for the scouts, so they might be able to pick off a villager here. And Orange knows what time it is, so he's already walling towards his DC. I guess that's a good reaction. It will protect his economy. A bit of small walls, of course. The berries will be in trouble as soon as archers come out. And oh man. Orange is gonna go for the forward gold, and the way he is walled, it means it's outside of his wall. So as soon as Blue realizes that, it's gonna get rough for Orange if he ever loses control of that area. Blue looks like he wants to wall to the edge of the map. That will really secure his base. That means his main goal. I guess this is the only main goal for the flank player that's not really forward. That will be okay. But it wouldn't be the first time that the player with the back gold is going to get taken off a gold first instead of the other players. And ooh, no, I don't think. Wait, well, Teal seems to think otherwise, but Gray has the hill bonus if he wants to use it, but he's not going to. And really good stuff from Yellow here, stopping Gray from walling too much there, keeping the walls open. And I think he's also going to snipe this villager because Gray's just walking away, and the hill goes down. Nice pickup, totally worth it. He didn't lose any HP on the scout, and now the wall is still not up. I mean, it was still open over there, but that means that yellow and red could just waltz in as soon as they clear up Teal's scouts. That is. Oh, we got scouts from Teal, scouts from yellow. No surprising stuff here. We got a scout engagement on the other side. Looks like a bit better for green here. He already took off a scout for a purple here. Now has better scout numbers. The yellow is actually pouncing on blue's archers, but I don't think he can do that. He probably has to group up with orange there. But yeah, orange is a bit delayed now. And orange is taking off a gold. And this is why I thought it's so risky. You're behind and you go to the forward gold. I mean, this was expected, right? Yeah, orange wants to go to this gold, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get there. And that villager is going to go down. Very nice pickup for green here. Yeah, and blue and green are going to be perfectly happy to just sit over here and deny this gold. I think orange will have to go to the other side. And thank you, Virgo Cup, for the host. I'm having fun. That didn't sound very enthusiastic. I'm actually having a lot of fun, trust me. And green is just going to try to break into the berries, but purple bringing up his scout numbers here. They are Magyar scouts, which means they're cheaper too. He's going to try to contest this now, and I think he has the better HP if you compare it to what green has over here. What's going on the other side? Do need to check that for a sec. Oh boy, gray wants to wall this up again, but I think yellow is going to deny this once more. There's still a hole there, and gray running away, but that village is dead. That village is not going to live. Spearmen are not going to help you here either, because look, red will just snipe that. Boom, and there goes the vill. So gray, ambitious walls, but I don't think you're going to get that off. And I know why he wanted the wall like that, because of that awful gold on the hill. But unfortunately, now that the walls aren't down, you're going to see he's not going to be able to hold that gold. Now, even though purple has the better scout numbers here than green, blue has archers. Ooh, a quick separation there. Ooh, that's not a minor mistake from blue there, but he didn't lose too many archers. Purple actually losing a bunch of scouts there. And that's all green has to do. He just has to shield his teammate. We got ourselves some engagement in Graystown. Gray actually has some archers to defend though, so I think that will be fine. They're also Britain archers. They're produced faster. Korean archers have the armor upgrade though, which I think maybe in the ranged fights is not that important, but definitely when they get attacked by scouts, that will probably play more of a role. Well, blue and green are actually swinging their pressure over to purple now, because orange is quite far behind here. And he made skirmishers. Oh no, orange. Because he can't make... Does he even know about that goal in the back? I wonder. I will check that in a second. Oh, and Gray trying to wall this. Oof. That was close. You see that wall was almost denied, but they just managed to get that wall up. Yeah, Gray's under a lot of pressure. Red, nice pickup in the wood line. Another one. Man, I didn't even see that. Gray didn't even see that. I bet he doesn't have small trees mod, because it's almost impossible to see those villagers standing there. They're actually... They're really weak too. Nice pickups for Red there. Yeah, orange... I think you should... Yeah, you have to wall this in, tower it, something. You have to do something with that gold. You can't just leave it out in the open. Not when you are so far behind. And oh no, Gray pressuring Red, made him go to the left, and now he knows about the gold that Gray was taking, and all these villagers have to run away, which is gonna hurt the archer production. But where is Yellow now with the scouts? Yellow scouts are actually on the other side. It has to bring them around because Teal is looking to pounce on this army. Those scouts have upgrades actually. So does Yellow actually. And Gray deleting his mining camp. Red is trying to sit in this choke point as good as he can. Yellow is here with the scouts now, so probably Teal has to engage those too. But I think Yellow's archers, most of them at least, are going to go down. But Yellow taking out a lot of scouts here for Teal. I mean, even if Red loses all of his archers, it's still going to be Yellow with scouts on the field. And Yellow is also up to Castellate. This fight was okay for Teal, but Red's still surviving with some archers, which means that the pressure can still continue here. And also Gray is still off a gold. Red is in the meantime denying the other gold from Gray, so Gray will not be able to make any archers. Really solid play from Red and Yellow over here. They're doing so much damage. Making sure these walls get denied, that was really important. Alrighty, we got Purple now. Trying to do some damage here to Green, but Green is up to the Castellate. And you know what happens when Indians get the Castellates? The camels will come out, and the camels will clear up these scouts really quickly. Yeah, Blue and Green are in a good spot, though. Teal did manage to wall his base, so at least Red cannot just get in with some pressure here. But this is just the problem. This awesome hill, this amazing hill, and Gray he needs his gold. I wonder if he's gonna try to drop a tower here, or what he's doing. I'm not exactly sure, but he's losing all his archers on the hill. He tried to fight up, but he didn't have the numbers, and now there's still 11 archers, and you have to run away with your villagers again. Gray is in such a bad spot. He's being attacked from all sides, and unlike Blue and Green, they are actually just camping Gray, and that is doing a lot more damage. Blue now going forward his crossbows. He is losing a lot of his crossbows to skirmishers. These skirmishers are getting way more value than they should have had. These skirmishers should not get any kills whatsoever, and now Blue losing most of his crossbows. That's going to bail out Orange for a sec here. Now the camels are in, and you can see why I think that skirmishers should not get any kills whatsoever, because they should just die to melee units from Green here. But that they were able to get so much crossbow kills. I think Orange, he should micro this. He should try to kill as many of these crossbows still with the skirmishers. Trying to kill the camels is a mistake. Just focus down the crossbows. That is your best bet. I kind of like the tower though, except that once you get the Castellates, it's not as effective anymore. Oh man, but Gray, no. I feel so bad for Gray. How many villages does he have? 21. Oh man. I mean, he has gold now. He's towering at this time because you know, he's also walling it in, so no scouts and knights can get in. Green's actually sending over his camels to Purple here, and Purple is sending over his first knights to Orange. It's gonna be rough for the Magyar player to fight against the Camel Civ here. And oh no, the tower for Orange, it goes down. All the villages inside are going to die now. Ow. That is not good. And again, Orange doesn't have gold, and now he'll have to make more skirmishers, which do absolutely fuck all against camels, you know. My god. Yeah, and this time Blue and Green will be able to exert more pressure, and it's going to be even more difficult for purple to fight this now. So again, the question, and I like that in most team games, this seems to be kind of the theme. Like, you have this revolver door of aggression where one team is pushing on one side and the other team is pushing on the other side. And that always begs the question, who is going to die fastest? Is gray going to die faster than orange is? And both orange and gray cannot comfortably take gold. And now you have yellow here with the knights in, which are easily going to get this watchtower down. And then gray's off a gold again. I mean, gray's gold has been horrendous all game. When I saw that gold, I told you it was terrible. I hope that he might have been able to secure this gold a bit better, but unfortunately, the wall failed. And just his gold economy is so bad that he will never be able to make a lot of archers, and that's a problem. Also, he doesn't have the gold to click up the castle age now. That's how bad that is. But luckily for him, on the other side, his team is pushing. So again, this is really even. Both teams have a feudal age player. Although orange has clicked up though, that just to be fair. But yeah, both teams have a player that was stuck in feudal age for a long time and whose economy has been hurt significantly by the pressure, and who can't take gold comfortably. But now we have yellow and red ganging up on teal, and this is what I'd like to see. This is what I'd like to see from both teams, because once you kind of neutralize the aggression from the flank, you need to start hitting the pocket player, because the flank can't defend this on his own, because the flank player can make knights, but you do not have anything to deal with the crossbows. You need range supports from your own flank here, and it's not there. And it's not from gray. I'm not seeing a lot of crossbows. And man, red is just sitting on his gold. He doesn't even have to fight this whatsoever. He just sits here. Who cares, right? I mean, gray's never going to be able to get gold, and now yellow is in on the gold again. Poor gray. This must have been the worst game for him, I can tell you that. Oh, but this is good. Green actually helping out here. Teal is ganging up on the archers. These are +2 knights. These are also +2 camels. Well, actually +3 because they're Indians. And the Indian camels are going to be able to help clear up the yellow knights. Now you suddenly see that this army from yellow and red is quickly going down here. Camel's definitely helping. They're actually sitting in his choke point. I think Teal should quickly delete his walls. That's exactly what he's doing. The surround is in. Red with a good micro though, trying to get as much value from these crossbows as he can, but they know that their armies are going to get cleared up. Although, yeah, green losing a lot of his camels here though. This fight was pretty even, but it was the fight that XEVER needed. They needed to take this fight, because if Teal dies, then this side completely falls. Because if Teal can't send in knights to try to stop these crossbows, then it's pretty much over. And what I'd like to see them get gray the castle age here. Did he click up? He did click up. Okay, awesome. So gray is going to get the castle age. He needs to get a town center up on a gold. Fast. He needs gold. Fast. Because they're never going to be able to hold this side if they can't make good archer units. Because in all this time, red has been able to sit here unharmed and boom a bit. 52 villagers against 19 for gray. It's still 38 for orange, so it looks a bit better. Orange was not hit as hard. He's actually going to drop a town center on the stone now. Might want a castle then. Which would be good for protection, for sure. But yeah, the army numbers for XEVER on this side looking much better. But now purple is now in on teal. Because purple knows if he tries to hit green, he's just gonna get killed by camels. And look how many villagers went down for the XEVER team here. I mean, oh, that's rough. 58 villagers for teal now. The worst pocket boom for sure. I mean, you have 98 vills from green, so green's definitely carrying his team at the moment. 79 or I mean 82 for yellow, 73 for purple, so that's all decent. Green sending some risky villagers out here. I think teal and green will be able to defend this now, though. But then you have this giant army of crossbows. And what do you do against that if you do not have gold? Because, remember, orange is still not taking gold. He might actually have been scouting that gold for the first time now. And now you have 50 crossbows in your base, and also these are going to be arbalest in a sec, because blue is already clicked up, red is clicked up to Imperial Age for yellow too, and Imperial Age for green. So it's very interesting how the flank and pocket of this side are going Imperial, and the same thing on the other side. It's such an even match, this. We still have to ask which team is going to, die less fast. That is really the question. It usually is in team games. And to be honest, gray is more dead than orange, but gray is actually taking gold. Gray has done what I said, get town centers up fast. Now he got it up on the risky gold, so if red ever decides to start pressuring this with siege, this is going to go down pretty fast. You might even want to have a castle, but it's just going to get trapped down, I guess. Well, okay, we got a fight here. Blue and green both fighting over here. Yeah, purple does have a bunch of knights here, but green is sending in reinforcements. This is the reinforcements from King Charles in the Paris mission from Joan of Arc. I love you, Orange. I know that you can't make anything but skirmishers. I know your struggles. And now blue is just running right through the town center. He doesn't care at this point anymore. These are also Indian camels, so they will be able to shred this town center significantly faster than other camels because of the bonus versus buildings. And now purple will suddenly not be able to move out. There's actually some knights over here that he's not using. But it's so difficult for purple to fight this. Because one, he's fighting with knights against camels. And two, he's fighting against arbalest. Purple is pretty much, he's going to die to this. Because the thing is, if yellow sends help, right now, if he sends help, they can't start pushing gray. And if they're not pushing gray and teal, then teal can just build up his knight numbers and come help. And it will definitely have more knights than purple does. Especially after this raid. Capybara team is slowly falling apart here. I think where it was even about a minute ago, that raid from green and blue, focusing on the stronger player on this side, basically killing purple, and there's absolutely nothing that purple can do against this. There's no arbalest from orange to contest this. Orange is trying to boom up here, but I mean, what is he going to do against this many arbalests already in his base? He's not able to take gold anywhere. I think we're gonna go to game 2 here. See, this is not good. This is yellow trying to save purple at this point, which means that red cannot really push comfortably, or at least not fast on his own. Okay, well, yellow does actually get an engagement here on blue's crossbows, but now teal is here. Now green is here with the extra reinforcements, and even though yellow does have cavalier with full upgrades, almost full upgrades, I mean, he's not going to be able to win this game, fight, and at that point, it's pretty much over. Because purple is going to die to this. Indian camels are sick. They really are. They are truly broken if you get to this point. They're going to be heavy camels soon. That means that there's not much that yellow can do against it if he doesn't make his own yellow heavy camels. And the GG is called, and I think that it is indeed a good place for a GG here. Well played by NDGT. I like the cordiality from the teams. I really enjoyed just being able to see the spec chat from teams, being able to see them being nice to one another, and this is exactly how we should behave to one another in Age of Empires. That's why I love this community so much. It's so much nicer than other games. I can tell you that. But alright, G to the G. Awesome stuff. This was a good game. This could have gone either way. I think gray and orange were equally dead. But they weren't able to do as much damage to teal as they were able to do damage to purple. And once they got into purple's base, that was the death blow. That attack by blue and green there to kill town centers, there was not much that they could do about it. And I think, imagine if yellow and red would have bypassed gray, which they could, because gray doesn't have any military, and done the same thing to teal. They could have done the same kind of damage, and then it was green who would have had to come and bail out their teammate. That's why I said it was so even. Both teams could have done that. Unfortunately for Capybaras, it was blue and green who did it first. And of course, with Indian camels, it's more effective because the bonus damage versus buildings. And the fact you counter cavalry and have extra pierce armor, definitely all helping you. Alrighty, well, let's look at the statistics here, shall we? Nice score lead for Blue here. He definitely had a good game with the Arbalest. And definitely had a good KD too. Look at that. That is an impressive KD for sure. Definitely had the better game. Poor Orange though. Yeah. I understand that he felt the need to make skirmishers because she didn't have gold. You could probably tell by the gold collected for Orange. Yeah, look at that. 2,000. Same for Gray. Both Gray and Orange, just awful. But it looks like there was some slaying going on from Gray here. I wonder if all the teams are aware of that. You are allowed to sling before Imperial Age. I'm pretty sure. Unless, of course, I'm totally wrong. In that case, please correct me. But I did read that in the rules today when I flipped through them again. I think I saw that sling is allowed, laming is allowed. So that might have helped. Might have helped Gray get and Orange get back into the game. I think. In any case. Yeah, great economy for Blue here. Awesome food collection for Green. That makes sense with Indians. You can get so many villagers. And really good boom for Yellow. Yellow is definitely carrying on their side. Unfortunately, he was forced to save Purple. Because Purple... see, that's the thing. If the side that is weaker of the team, you know, where the flank is kind of dying, that means that the pocket has to invest more in military to try to save the flank, which means that their boom will be worse. That's what you usually see. So the question is really which flank and which flank and pocket can really push and which flank and pocket can really hold the best. Look at the timeline for a second. As you can see, it was pretty even over here until this point, and then it started to diverge a bit. Orange started to die a bit more. Although I still think up until here there was still a chance, you know, because Yellow and Purple both had a great boom going on. Red was still very much alive here. Orange wasn't dead. Well, he was kind of dead, but could have gone back, I guess. He was less dead than Gray, for sure. And if you compare Purple to Teal, see, Purple had more villagers at that point. But just the army production from Blue and Green was higher than it was for the other teams. So that I guess that was the defining difference between the two teams. Oh, I should update the scoreboard. Ooh, I got this. Aha. There we go. Alrighty. Well, I'd say we'll just hop into the second game without further ado here. It's going to be on Pampa, which is the home map for Capybara. And this should be fun. Let's see. It'll only be the second time I get to cast this, so let's see if we're going to get a different kind of strategy for the teams here. So, welcome to the second game of the second set of the day. XEVER versus Capybara. And it will be on Pampa, which of course the map we saw last set. There's some fish in the eastern corner of the map between the two pockets of the enemy of the two teams. We have Atacama-like forest in the middle. And sometimes the middle is completely barred by one central wood line, but it seems like that didn't happen this time. So I guess there is it's like a maze. So I guess you can get through the forest this time. We had a little pause there. This terrain is more flat on this side. It's more like it's just some forest here and there. Whereas on the other side, you got lots of hills to work with. Also some extra stones here and there too. So it's a very diverse map, I'd say. And the teams kind of start in a circle where you get half of the map is one theme and the other half is the other theme. So it's a kind of an unbalanced map if you think about it, but it's balanced because both teams have that same unbalance through the middle. Now, let's introduce the players again. We got Spirit of the Day playing as the flank now, playing as the Poles. That's the second time that a team goes for a cavalry civ on the flank here. That's interesting. You saw that last set too. So I wonder if that's maybe just if that's intentional as the meta, that they think because of the fish going for double scouts is better. I honestly don't know. Then we have, of course, Poles can be played as an archer civ too. I mean, they are quote unquote a cavalry civ, but their archers are fine. You know, they're not great, but they're fine. Then we have Risk playing as the Burgundians in the green. I like that. We got Khmer this time as the pocket for Maskey. I do like that as well. Maskey now playing pocket. And we got Andy GT playing as the flank again, as the Tatars. And see, this is what I said last game, because the what was it, the damn it, did I already forget the team name? The team on this side, they went for Tatars as the pocket, and they went for Khmer as the flank, which made little sense to me. And here they're doing it the other way around. I think that's a better matchup. And I think Tatars could work out really well on this side, because look at all the hills. Really nice stuff. Because Tatars get that hill bonus, do more damage from hills and cliffs. Now on the other side we have FAQQQ playing as the Vietnamese, which I like as a civilization. It's an underrated archer civ. If you can get to Rattan archers in a good way, there's no archer civ that can really beat you. They are the Huskarls of archer civs. Or the Goths of archer civs, I mean. As in they have an awesome counter unit, not so much the spam. We have Nawel as the Persians in the purple here. We got Prisma as the Lithuanians. And Dark Josh is playing as the Japanese. Well, I like that. Japanese, especially when there is this pond with fish. Especially when it's so close the close quarters, I mean. It's going to be nice to be able to keep your fish alive. And Japanese fishing ships, well, they have so much HP and armor. They just do not die. Well, they do die, but it takes a while. I wonder if blue is going to dock over here. With poles, your land food economy is often really nice because of the folwark, which is that unique building that they can build. Gives you 10% of the food of the farm up front as soon as you finish building it, which actually speeds up your farming. It does, because it already does have 10% of your farming in one, instantly. That is a farm bonus. At first I was like, how is that a bonus, right? That makes little sense. But actually it does speed up your farming. If you think about it, it is actually kind of like the Slav bonus, except you need to build your farms around the building. That is a difference though. But Slav farmers cannot build around a perfect mill where you can build your farms perfectly around it. Look at that. Because it's 3 tiles by 3. So for all the OCD people out there, Pulse is the dream civ. You can finally build perfect farms around your town center. It's finally, around the full ward. And if you kind of position them around the town center, it's perfect. Okay, but we have a game to talk about. I'm rambling about farm placement. I sound like T90 now. In any case, we got ourselves a dock for red, and then scout engagement. Ooh, who's going to win this? I think this is going to be won by yellow? No! It's blue. We'll have to check later who has the higher rating, because I guess that's the rule. The highest rated player always wins those. And red, I think red should have sent his villager there to help that, because yellow would have been able to survive. And now yellow losing his scout. I mean, he's going to be making more, so I guess that's alright, but it does delay his scout rush a bit, because you have to wait a bit before your numbers are up. Red is also going to wall next to the water. And if you're going to go for water, I think you can get away with that. I think that's also probably the smart thing to do. Red is not clicked up yet, though. Doesn't have the food either, so he's going to be a bit later. Oh, he does have the food now. Going to click up in a sec. Good stuff. What else is going on? Oh, I should note that blue is also docked. Awesome. So we might actually get to see some water engagements between the two players. And red should probably go to the other side and check whether his opponent has docked or not. Whether he has to start making fire ships. And I think if I compare Poles and Japanese have a big edge on this map. Like, Japanese on this map so much better than Poles. On water, at least. Blue kind of walling in his villagers. They are playing. It's kind of like playing Atacama, of course. We got scouts for Burgundians. That is no surprise, of course. We got scouts for the Khmer player with the awesome food economy. Should be good too. As soon as the farms start coming up. Not sure yet what the star player is doing. I haven't seen an archery range. Oh, there it is. Double archery range from Gray. Good stuff. Because the players are kind of far away, most of the time you will not see any men-at-arm aggression because it's too slow. So going into straight archers makes more sense. Orange a bit behind here with getting up to mutilates. He's one of the last to get there. Same with red, but he did invest in the dog, which slows you down a bit because you have to send more villagers to wood to afford the fishing ships. But of course, if you keep those fishing ships up, then it's going to pay out a lot more in food. Alright, we're gonna get a fire galley now from red, but no for blue. Wait, does blue know that red is docked? He does know. And this red must of course know that blue is docked. Yeah, they both scouted that. Well, then I don't understand why red is not blue is not making fire galleys. Drop an archer range now. I mean, he's not going fast castle, or at least I don't think he's going to make that with just 4 fishing ships and the food he has right now. Right, we got ourselves some scout engagement on the front lines here. Yellow and the red actually teaming up with their scouts a bit. It's going to be bad for blue though. I mean, if he means to go up the castle slates using the food from these fishing ships, he is about to lose those fishing ships if he doesn't make fire galleys. Okay, never mind. He is making fire galleys now. Good stuff. So we're going to get some water engagements. I will definitely check back in a sec there. Looks like gray prepping to go for the attack here. We're going to get a second archery range now for orange. Orange prioritizing the blacksmith first so he can get fletching. Although he didn't get fletching yet. Purple still keeping his scouts a bit defensively. Just to make sure. And okay, we got ourselves the first engagements. Looks like the first hits were for blue here. Red doesn't really seem to pay attention here. Red, you gotta send in your second fire ship, otherwise you're gonna lose this. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. Okay, good stuff. Now blue has to pull back his fire galley here. Isn't it exciting, you guys? There is a repair bill here, so blue could repair this fire galley, but he really needs more. Red has actually gone to 2 docks as well. Blue now losing the fire galley. If blue doesn't go to a second dock soon here, he's going to be he's going to be off the water really quickly here. And fishing ships are now going to start to go down here. Blue is still making fire galleys, but he's just going to get out popped on water. There's no way. Okay, we got ourselves a scout engagement near Gray's base. Purple trying to get in and snipe some vills, but Teal's there to help his buddy. Has a lot of scouts too. I like how both players have made a lot of scouts. Orange kind of losing his scout, was just idling over here. Alrighty, good stuff. Kind of waiting for the archer players to get going here. Orange's archer numbers not that very high, but the same for Gray, so I guess they're just kind of waiting with the aggression. Yeah, blue has lost all his fishing ships now. That means he has to go into farms now. He hasn't made a lot of farms. He can't really make farms around his folwark because buildings. But it's making archers. And oh, the walls for red failed. And he tried to place a gate and wall behind it, but there was still a hole. And now suddenly we've got green scouts into red's base as well as archers from blue. And blue's still sending archers forward as well. They could actually do a bunch of damage here. Red did not have an archery range yet. He was hoping to get the walls up and defend like that. But I think that... that might have been a mistake. I think if you're an archer player, you just make some fishing ships, win water, then you have the food. You don't have to make farms. You can just focus all your villages on gold and wood to get a lot of archers out. But now he's going to be under pressure. Oh boy. Now let's see if yellow can send enough help to deal with this. Is picking off an archer, good stuff. 2 archers actually. That is sloppy from blue to lose that reinforcement. Now because red does not have archers on the field, these spearmen are pretty scary, but actually red made his own, and these are Japanese spearmen. They attack faster. They are scary. What's going on the other side? Okay, we got ourselves another engagement over here, which is better for gray and teal because there's no orange archers here. I know orange is playing kind of passive over here. He might have to because he feels like he's behind. He's only on 31 villagers. He's definitely had some TC idle time here because he's not making villagers consistently. Purple now taking a fight against Teal's scout. Well, Teal was downhill and the archers from Gray were not there. But now they're at the base for Orange. And Orange, ooh, that's sloppy. These archers were not supposed to be here. He's going to lose them. And he's still losing them. You gotta set your gather point behind. That's not ideal. Purple's trying to pick off some archers here. But yeah, it's not going to happen. Just have to run away. Oh, well, let's go back to the other side. What's going on over here? Okay, trying to get into Red's wood line here. Red did house wall this up, so it's going to take forever to get inside. So I think Red will be fine. But yeah, Blue could just send one archer, set it behind this wood line. He's doing it! He's doing it just as I'm saying it. Blue is a beast. This is awesome. Really good play from Blue. Just, yeah, put your archers all around the wood line and leave some archers there. What is Red going to do now? We'll probably have to run with these villagers in a sec. But he'll definitely have to also help his teammate here. The spearman going down for Red, which means that Green can now finally engage this force over here. Let's see for who this fight is better. Red doing a great job sniping those spearmen. The archer numbers are pretty similar for both players, but actually Red has more archers. Green has more scouts though, but is he going to lose his scouts to the archers soon? It's pretty even. Only 2 scouts remaining. I think this is a good fight for Yellow and Red at least. You know, they're going to be able to clear out the pressure because now Blue's archers are split up. And even though Red is losing a bunch of villagers on this side, a lot of villagers actually, this is not the wood line to be taking. I know it feels safe because you can wall it in, but it can be ranged easily. I don't know what that villager was doing here. Not ideal. Okay, Gray is just kind of roaming around the bases here. There's, of course, a lot of space still to walk through. There's no team walling going on this side. Green trying to snipe this walling villager is going to get her too. Then immediately going to go for another one. So Yellow is dropping some town centers here to be safe. And I think Green might... Oh, I don't think you're going to get another one. Oh, it's close. It's close. Ah, it's so close. Nope. I didn't think so. Didn't have an attack upgrade. That was the reason why. Red is now walling the front again with houses. This time those houses will stay up. Blue's just going to retreat now. In the meantime, Red has also gotten Blue off of water. That was to be expected. So at least Red, even if he took damage there, he has to fish. He has fish, so he can survive there with the food. Send all his villagers to wood and gold and get that archer production up, so he can help his teammate. Gray for now just defending here. Orange has finally gotten his archers out. The knight numbers from the 2 players look similar, but remember, these are Persian knights. Persian knights do bonus damage to our enemy archers, and I think that is a bonus that applies to the whole team. So Yellow's knights also do more damage to archers. Mr. Parker says, hey man, how you doing? I had to crack my back there for a sec. The one thing though is that Orange and Purple do not keep their armies together often, so they're often running around by themselves. Imagine if Orange had his armies close by now. They could take this fight because Steel is distracted. He's away from his own force. And Orange is actually over here hiding his archers, so... I mean, they're not crossbows yet. Ooh, we got Cavalier now from Green because he's Burgundians. And Burgundians, of course, they get that upgrade encapsulates already, because that's the kind of the mechanic that devs have decided to give Burgundians, and it's kind of strange to see Cavaliers encapsulate, but they're actually pretty strong too. This is a decent bonus, I'd say. Well, we got a nice early engagement now for Blue and Green. Green seems to have a... Well, I'm probably... I mean, it's only 6 Cavalier against 8 Knights. I mean, they only have 2 more attack, you know. For the rest, the stats are pretty much the same. The archer numbers for Blue, though, are much stronger than they are for Red. And now Red trying to scramble up some walls behind it. Those palisade gates go down so fast, so... Wall for now not really working out for Red over here. And he does not want to lose his archer numbers here. No, you don't want to stay in that choke point because you do not want to lose your archer numbers. Good pickups for Blue here. Now, Blue and Green are playing really well over here. I think the Capybaras team has a good chance here to come back and maybe make even out this game then. That would be nice if we can go to a game 3. For now, though, the XEVER team still defending in the wood lines, kind of like a maze it is. They need to keep their armies together though. Now Red is kind of running away, Yellow is running that way, which means that this army might get picked off if it gets spotted, but maybe he is able to do some damage at Green's base if it doesn't get spotted, and Yellow's just going to run away for now. Ooh, interesting development on the other side. Gray and teal working together really well, starting to take down these buildings for orange, which were built at the bottom of a hill, so they're going to go down pretty quickly here. This is going to hurt orange's production, and not to mention too, ooh, this is actually a mistake from orange. Orange should have been expanding to the central wood line by now. Like, you want to get a town center up, like say over here with a gold and a wood, because orange does not have long-term wood. I know these wood lines are bigger than they are on the other side, or at least they seem bigger. But it's not good long-term wood wood collection, that's for sure. I think yellow just lost all his knights over here. There's actually an overchop over here, so there might be a hole there. Please tell me there's no hole there. And there's a hole here too. Yellow, you gotta respond to this real quick. This is gonna be bad. Uh-oh. 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 House wall, but there's still a hole. Well, he's trying to get the house walls up, but there's so many crossbows here. That's not going to happen. 5 villagers already down. 6 villagers down. 7 villagers down. This is huge. Really good play from blue. This is an awesome raid. This is going to hurt yellow big time. I mean, he was able to get enough house walls up, but then this palisade wall is weak, so if green and blue want to run in here, they could. But at the same time, red also killing a bunch of villagers in green space, but green's going to notice that. He's going to send in his cavaliers. Wow, they were actually pathing to this hole. So that will get cleared up, but yellow can't do that. I'm not actually sure what yellow's force is right now. Yellow's knight numbers are just really low, it seems. And so are red's crossbow numbers. It's like they weren't able to translate that early lead they got into more economy. It's 49 villages for red. That's pretty low, even with fish. 62 for yellow, so yeah, yellow and red are definitely struggling this time around. Like their push was better last game, or at least the red and yellow player from last game. They're definitely under a lot of pressure right now, and yellow's knights are separated from red's crossbows. But luckily for them, green decides not to dive there. They're going to retreat now. Green wants to get his numbers over here, the reinforcements. It's tough to deal with cavalier for sure. I think red really needs to get his crossbow numbers up here, so they can contest this. Unfortunately for them, Japanese do not have a clear bonus for archer play. So of course, their archers are kind of just, you know, they're generic. They have all the upgrades, but yeah, you don't have anything special. But neither does the Poles player. Ooh, but purple deciding to send his knight force over this side because as orange is also losing his DC. This is interesting. This is kind of a base trade. Orange trying to drop a castle over here that is not going to go up. He's had to retreat even further back now. And now orange is dying once again. This is the second game in which orange is just kind of dying again. But unlike last time, purple is this time has just decided to send his knights out to raid. And it's forcing green to send his cavaliers back to defend here. A lot of villages going down already, so this is a good raid. The only problem is that he's letting orange die. Yeah, F's in chat for orange for sure, and for green. But green, yeah, orange is trying to get this castle up, but that is never going to go up. I mean, purple is here with some knights, but there's not enough. There's so many more knights for the Khmer player, not to mention a lot of crossbows. But ooh, well, is this castle gonna go up? Okay, it might go up because they weren't engaging the villagers here. I think this castle will go up. It will go up. At least there's that. But was it worth it? You now have 24 villagers and no wood. He doesn't even have enough wood to make a lumber camp over here to get wood to build a town center. Oh man. But at the same time, yellow and red are now pushing on this side. And green had to send his cavaliers back over here to deal with purple's raids. And purple has kept his numbers alive too. Yeah. And now green, because he was chasing purple, wasn't at the front. And now yellow and red have had the time to reboom a bit. To recover, I mean, and send their numbers forward. This has been a complete switch. I mean, yes, they have completely destroyed orange, but honestly, orange wasn't really contributing that much to the game in the first place. So I think letting orange die here, probably the play. Honestly, I don't think purple should try to save orange. He should just try to do as much damage on the other side as he can with his knights, while yellow and red push again, like they did last game. They are also, let's see, blue is an Imperial Age here. Teal's going up to Imperial Age, so is gray. So actually the Capybara team, most of them are going up to Imp. So is the XEVER team going to be able to do damage in Castle Age before these are all Imperial Age units? Green is taking the fight here. Green has a lot of Cavaliers. So yeah, yellow does not want to take the fight. They are Arbalists now for the Polish player. I think they will have to back up here. I think they have to go to Imperial Age themselves, maybe. Back up. Their economy is going to be a bit worse, though. It's only... Purple's had an impressive boom, I'd say. Definitely an impressive boom. Wow, I mean... Orange's purpose right now, he's just building castles everywhere. I guess that's actually worth it. I'd say he's kind of controlling these hills there. There's a lot of extra stone. So if you're not going to be able to contribute with units, then I guess just stalling out the left side by fortifying everything, probably a good play. They could actually just stonewall everything. That could actually work out, maybe. Look at that. And now purple is just raiding. It's just raiding, doing damage. Might actually deny this castle. Is it gonna go up? Gray's clicking, it will go up. It will go up. I mean, I hope it was worth it because you had to invest a bunch of villager deaths in that. But yeah, look at what purple is doing. He's just splitting up his knights. Now he's running into the army for teal, so that's unfortunate. But he's trying to split up his knights and try to kill as many villagers as he could. And it might be working here. Red is sneaking by a castle. Oh wait, this is a castle from purple. He doesn't have to sneak. He can just say hello and be like, hello teammate. So while green and blue are trying to get through, red is just going to stonewall this up, which is the correct move, trying to keep this army out as long as possible. And now suddenly we got the armies for red and yellow marching through the middle, kind of a covert action trying to hit the base for green again. And green and red, they now run into a stone wall. That's going to delay them a lot, and that's going to buy these people a lot of time to get into green's economy again. And now green's like, no, that darn wood line in the middle. Why is it not like the last set when it was just a giant line of wood throughout the middle? You know, a nice natural barrier. Nope. And this is enough knights. They could take down his town center if they wanted to. And again, green has to send back his cavalier. And without those cavalier, blue is not going to be able to push this really quickly because archer players can't push swiftly. That's the whole shtick. So this is really good play from yellow and red. And mind you, this time, yellow's going to be an Imperialist. He's going to get his upgrades. Red is going to be an Imperialist. He's going to get his upgrades. Oh, teal! There's so many villages he didn't realize yet. They're all going to go down. Oh man, that's gonna hurt teal for sure. Look at his Vil count now. It's 57. That's really low. He might not even be able to compete with purple alone. Green losing a lot of villagers again. Okay, yellow needs to run here. He needs to just keep running around because you do not want to fight this until you get your upgrades. And the same for red here. He needs to get the Arbalest upgrade and Bracer fast. Because if they try to fight this now, I mean, they are just Cavalier. Actually, green's not an Imperial Age. I thought he clicked up. What's that teal? Huh. Well, okay, if green is not in Imperial Age here, then they might be able to win this fight, actually. But not when teal is here too. Wait, nah. Well, teal's bringing in his force too. Now, I think this is going to be clear. The question is, how much value are you going to be able to get from this? How many units from green are you going to be able to kill this? These are now almost fully upgraded Cavalier here. They are Lithuanian Cavalier, so they have extra attack because I think yellow gathered some relics. But yeah, the sheer numbers from teal. Teal sending his entire army here to do the damage. But the thing is, both pockets have their entire army in the back of the screen now. They are not attacking XEVER. They are not pressuring this line. And good job for red here. Trying to get as much damage in here. But yeah, these are +4. Actually, they don't have the final armor upgrade. Huh. I thought Khmer got that. Pretty sure they do. But, well, we got some castles up now from purple. Purple has sent forward some villages. He's actually castle dropping the wood line for blue here. That will keep this open. And that means that you can stream in more Cavalier. And yellow has already rebuilt his numbers. And these are now strong Lithuanian Cavalier here. He's actually getting Paladin, Fog, and Paladin from purple. Both players gonna go for Paladin. That is really strong. Purple's economy is mega strong. Like, just look at that boom. That's crazy. And the villager counts for the other team not looking good. Look how many villagers green has. Only 43. I think the score is about to switch here. Trust me. This might, like, the score might still look good for the blue team. But that's only because gray and blue have not been hit yet. You know, they're still pushing, and orange is actually doing a great job. Like, he did it. He did it. That's what I said. Just stonewall the side. Just like delay everything. That's exactly what he's doing. And look how much time he's buying. How long it takes for the Tatar player to get through with those tanky heavy cavalry archers. It's perfect. It's exactly what you need to do. Really good, orange. I mean, you know, he was struggling to contribute to the meta play, but the stonewalling, the fortifying, it is important. Because it's giving yellow and purple the opportunity to go forward and do this kind of stuff. I just want to check. Okay, so yellow does have relics. That's what I thought. And that's the thing. Yes, teal still has an army. Green, I think, has some army. Blue, of course, has their army. But blue has a giant army, actually. But the thing is, their vil counts are pretty low. Red is still sitting behind fortified walls here. They're capped rem now, so at least blue is going to be able to break through these buildings faster now. But without green to support with a mass of Cavalier, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hold. And now it's Paladins. It's Lithuanian Paladins. 2 relics, so I guess they have normal, they're basically generic Paladins now. Thanks, DE developers. And the surround is in, and no, blue is far forward without support from his pocket, and this is what happens when you do not have pocket support. Red can just delete whatever buildings here, so yellow can get the surround. These are also knights that get +2 attack versus archers because a Persian teammate, and all the arbalists are going to go down. The score switches in. Like I said, it's only because the armies for blue and gray are still alive, and this is going to start happening on both sides now. Maybe on the left side, at least teal still has a force in Imperial Age. But green is not able to get up. Green was looking so strong, but he's been hit so hard by that raid. And now suddenly, it just does not look good for the Capybara team. The only push they have going on this side is on this side. And it is a strong push, admittedly. They have a nice castle on this hill. They have Tatar cavalry archers, which I said would be really strong on this side because of the hill bonus. Like, they do a lot of damage here. And of course, teal, he still has Cavalier. Unfortunately, he cannot get Paladin because he's Khmer. And apparently also not the second armor upgrade. But yeah, now purple's just going to take the fight. These are Persian Paladins. The trade is going to start coming up for the XEVER team also. So they will be able to remake this army. And now the surround is in. Bring in your Paladin. A surround on the hill. This is the hill that they choose to die on. And even if purple loses all his paladins here, it doesn't matter. He can just make more. I mean, at least the fight is a bit even there because purple did not engage with all his paladins for a sec there. Gray still has a few cavalry archers, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Even if they win this fight, again, purple can remake his numbers. Not so much for teal. 86 villagers. Gray is on 111 villagers, so actually that's pretty good. But yeah, they must have, like, that's the thing. Capybara doesn't need 50-50 fights. They need clear-ups. They need smash wins, and that was just not what this was. Admittedly, it was an awesome fight, though. Very nice. But yeah, now blue is dying to the Arbalest push. He lost his numbers. Yeah, he was actually making some O-book before. But yeah, yellow is just running supreme in here with Lithuanian paladins. There's absolutely nothing that green could do to combat this because green does not even have the food to go Imperial Age. Well, he doesn't have the gold to go Imperial Age, I mean. And even if he gets Imperial Age, he will never get the Paladin. He will never get to sufficient numbers to contest this. And more so, he will not have bloodlines. I think, and like looking at the civs, the Capybara team probably knew that they had to win early, because late game the civs from XEVER were just much better, and now you're just gonna see the slow end of the Capybara team. They're going to be trying to trade in the corner, but they have no fortifications there whatsoever. I mean, at least you have walls on this side from red. From orange. Orange has walled up a lot here too. Yeah, so, and that's the thing. If you are in a team game and one team is trading and the other team is not, 9 out of 10 times that game is going to go to the trading team. Because if you can make gold units are just better. You can spam Paladin are just better. And the GG is called. I was just going to say they were probably going to realize that it was GG. The GG is called. Unfortunately, Capybara was not able to bring this back to a 1-1. XEVER just a tad too strong for them. Excellent play by XEVER too. As we're waiting for Gray to resign here. I mean, Gray's probably mad because he had finally got to this tanky Tatar heavy cavalry archers, and now he doesn't get to use them. Yeah. I always feel like fighting in the end too. It's kind of like if you have that army, you kind of want to fight with it. Gray's still killing over here. Yeah, see, that's it. I bet that's what it is. It's kind of like, I know we lost, but I just kind of want to use my force before I resign, because it took so long to get there, you know, played 2 hours to die like this. Yep, Gray still... Okay, now he's calling the GG. And there we go. We have it. Let me update the scoreboard here for a sec. There we go. And, well, great game. This was a really good set. I really enjoyed this. These teams were evenly matched. I don't think it was a stomp. These games could have gone either way. The first game, we had that revolver door aggression, you know. That was just the XEVER team getting that decisive push in just a bit before the Capybara team was able to return that favor. In this team, I think there was actually a chance. There was actually a really good opportunity for green and blue to push this. Like, the push they had going on in the middle here, how many villagers they killed in this wood line over here, how close they were to killing red and yellow, because yellow did not have the army numbers to contest the army numbers from green. Orange pretty much dying. I mean, Orange was kind of in the same boat again as last game. You know, but unlike last game, what Purple did this time, I think that was a smart move. He went through the middle and he went right to green. He raided green's base, did a lot of damage, and what did green do? He sent back his cavalier, and suddenly the pressure was off. Blue could not push by his own, so he also retreated, and suddenly yellow and red had the time to boom, recover, and get their army forward. And then by the time that Purple's army was cleared up, red and yellow could start pushing. And Orange at the same time was just stalling out everything with fortified walls and castles, which is exactly what I said. That's the best way to go. Just stall it out. Just fortify. Your job is to die slower than the other side, and that's exactly what they did. They just got awesome raids in, and Green's economy just suffered horrendously. Like, he ended with 33 vills. So I do think that the Capybara team had a shot here. They definitely did. But unfortunately, the XEVER team just holding on, smart raiding, and then the late game composition was just better, you know, for them, because the civilizations were a bit better. Not having Paladin, I mean, Green could get the Paladin, but he was still in Castle Age, so not getting Paladin on the map, that was rough. That means you can't really take good engagement anymore, even if you have Arbalest in support. Let's look at the statistics here for a sec. We got ourselves a score lead for Purple. I think he deserves that. His boom was very good. Look at that KD. That's Paladin for you. Oh, man. And a lot of Vil kills, too, I bet. But yeah, the army production for Blue was very good, too. Definitely using pulls. Well, differently than you know, the description says that it would be used as a cavalry civ. I think pulls as archer civs, they do fine. You do miss some upgrades on your archers, though. That's why, you know, I say that with some reservation. But then again, you miss some upgrades on your cavalry too, so... But yeah. What about the economy? Yeah, just that food collection for purple. I think purple, because he boomed so much, he was able to just send knights to the other side, make more knights, and defend his own side. You know, stuff like that. That was definitely something that kept him alive. And I want to look at the booms here. That's also a thing. The Capybara team, they were going for a more low eco, more aggression approach, and that works fine until you lose your forward army, or you have to send back your army to defend at home. You know, because then you're not actually pressuring your opponent, and at some point, economy will kick in, and that's when all-in low eco play it will start to falter, because you can't keep up with that, because they will just outproduce you, and then there's no way to get back. The 3 relics for the Lithuanian player, that makes sense, you know, for that attack. Very nice boom for both of these players. Well, you'd say, oh, the population for red is pretty low, but as an archer flank player, you don't need to have that many villagers. Because you're not supposed to lose your army as often, that's why. Looking at the timeline here. And see, like there definitely were some opportunities over here, like orange dying. You see how even it was over there? There were opportunities, but as you can see, the booms for red, for yellow and purple, they were outbooming teal and green over here. You can see that. So while they were making a lot of military, they were booming. And if you can get away with that, then suddenly that boom is translated in more military. And you can see that right there. It immediately falters, and then this happens. But both ways are legitimate ways to play, but you gotta do the damage. And so congratulations to XEVER for their win. Good luck next time for Capybaras, of course.